Welcome back to the Rip Curl Pro. Victoria has it all. Definitely a place you should come and check out, especially when the waves are like this. Day one of competition, the third day of our event window. And Heat 2 hitting the lineup now. And it's a good one. On paper, it looks fantastic. Owen Wright up against Connor Coffin and Zeke Lau. And Griffin, you're actually on the right side of the road here. But here we go. Connor Coffin getting things started. Wow, really late into that first turn. Always so beautifully drawn out in his rail turns, Connor Coffin, and this will be a pretty decent start to this first round heat. This will be a good score, so we won't have a restart. 19 minutes remaining now, and Connor about to drop a good score.
And a good strategy as well. You know, again, his surfing here on this wasn't super dynamic, but a set wave, clean all the way through, good flow. This isn't going to be a gigantic number, probably in the good range, but you've got long arms of Owen coming down, but it looks like this section here.
Well, Zeke Lau's up at the moment, racing with a lot of speed towards this section. He's going to drive around it and then up into the foam. Climbs up once again. You can see the conditions have changed somewhat. A bit of wind on the face. But Zeke adjusting well now. Starting to find his place on this ride and getting a rhythm happening with these bigger turns. Moving through to the inside. Nice body torque and a good adjustment there to kick the tail before finishing on the closeout. Right there on the inside, so a really long wave, but the majority of the opening portion, Pete, was spent racing.
Take a look again, and you can see where Connor was. He was almost thinking he had an opportunity here, but seeing that was Zeke, so he chases this section here, and with that little bobble, that was probably the nicest turn of this wave. You know, one thing he's got here, though, is that connection with the lip. We've seen that score pretty well. It is a lot more difficult to be surfing in the vertical section, and the judges will take note of that. So this wave did open up for him. You know, with all that speed, he was able to carry it through. I like that turn as well. So a good finish. You figure this is going to be right up there with Connor's wave, and he's right in this heat. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the wind was, you know, forecast to come up from a more easterly direction.
Well, Connor's up once again. A 5.5 on his first wave. We've seen him execute that that same move down here at Bells Beach once before. My favourites. Big carve in a tail release. As Owen Wright takes his first ride. Just a really clean flow straight away. And he unloads a bit of power and speed in that last turn. So a clean combination, and does well to hang on to the finish there. We mentioned the form he was carrying through that first event. One of the highest scoring surfers on turns alone up there, Pete, and I think he's going to put a pretty big number up to kick this heat off.
You know, it took him a while to get his first wave here, but he's right in it now. You know, and this back 14 and a half minutes is going to be so important. Take a look here at the explosiveness that he carries through his backhand hooks. And I think that's why he is so high scoring, is because he has so much variety in his backhand, and he utilizes that tall, lanky body, and he just accelerates through his turns, and it is a point of difference.
And now we're going to see one of those Rip Curl team riders with that black sticker, and Owen Wright chasing a good backup score. Kicked off well with a 6.83. This wave's got limited opportunities here. Let's see what Owen can do. Chipping away at this one. Not quite as clean and big as his first ride, Pete, but got a bit of work done.
You know what? Good strategy. Get into it, but the mistake there for the fall cost him big. Here again, smaller, the strategy being I'm going to ride a smaller wave and get a backup number to keep myself in the front position and have enough time to pick up another wave. Again, this number isn't huge. Actually came in as a 3.9. But going forward, Mick announced last night that black sticker reserved for world champions, which means Tyler Wright and Gabriel Medina going to be rocking black stickers for the rest of the season. As that highest number, back it up right away.
And right behind him, Connor gets a steeper wall, a bigger face to play with. A couple of good carves to get started. Hanging up the top there so he can get that big roller coaster ride into this section. And lays it down, but just loses his footing riding out of that move. And that's going to sting. That would have been a decent number.
As we watch the replay here of Connor, you know, and this wave was was on its way to a good number until the mistake at the end. Beautiful start to it, and then again sets it up, and the reason why he stays up high there is to pick up as much speed as he can for that final section. He anticipated the closeout. Oh, here we go, interesting.
So Connor on the inside, 6 minutes to go here. Only needs a 5.24 to turn it. Wave got away from him down the line. Ezekiel Lau loading up. Potentially he's going to take to the air here. He's only got that one section. Nice big frontside air. It's a tricky landing. Kind of rail slid across the coping there and wasn't able to reel it in.